My name is Janet Wu.
And I'm Erin Wold-Fettner.
We are from San Francisco, California, and our company is SilkRoll.
At SilkRoll, making second-hand fashion mainstream is our first priority.
There are tons of fashion in great shape that are just sitting in our closets.
For example, the average millennial wears an item just 3 times. So why do they all just end up sitting in our closets?
That's because when you try to consign or resell them, you get screwed with traditional
What are you looking at me for?
With traditional consignment and resale services, you typically get $10 for your $100 dress. And who thinks that's fair?
Introducing your infinite closet, SilkRoll. SilkRoll is an exchange that pays you points for those unused clothes and handbags in your closet. We give you an equivalent amount of points to what you initially paid. And then you use those points to shop for items of the same value on our site.
Trading clothes on SilkRoll is easy. You get a prepaid trading kit in the mail, you stuff it with clothes you don't use, and drop it in the mail. Once your clothes enters our system, you earn points and browse our site to trade with other members of our community.
You get fresh looks delivered to your door without paying a dime. Oh yeah, money.
We are seeking $250,000 in exchange for 3% equity.
What is it about San Francisco?
So, who wants to try us on for size? Do women
Oh man! All right. Well, first off, there's a SilkRoll. I don't. Is it because it's a silk gets rolled up in like a spool? Is that where that comes from? I'm not sure. I mean, I know where Silk Road comes from. Both the historical one and the not so legal one. And then you have SilkRoll. Again, I guess it's talking about the roll, but I don't know. When you talk about clothes and rolls, I don't know. It seems like it get kind of dicey there. So hopefully they'll have a good explanation for that, as well as where they make money from. Is it a subscription-based type of thing? Because like that could be really powerful, I think, if you pay them 15, 20, maybe up to $30 a month, and maybe I'm off on that, but you have that as a monthly fee, so you have recurring revenue coming in. You're doing the point system, because I mean they definitely got costs. They're taking stuff in, they're shipping stuff out. Me and my wife looked at doing something like this, not like this, but where people would ship packages, product to get to us, and then we would repackage that product and send it to someone else. Like it's like a kindness box kind of thing. There was like a whole like character, like we got pretty deep in the weeds with it, but the problem really came down to was the price. People weren't willing to pay enough money, and then to cover that cost of, I mean, shipping basically is the problem. So you could do it like in a swap meet kind of thing, like everybody gets together like once a month or whatever. But when it comes to, we put a kindness box together and then we're shipping it off, it wasn't gonna work. So anyway, I'm really interested to where their money comes in. Maybe you could buy points as well, like as have the monthly fee, but you need more points because you haven't put stuff in, so you get points that way, I guess. So it sounds like a pretty neat model. Hopefully they can have some wiggle room there for $250,000 for 3%. I'm hoping that the reason that they're not looking to give up 3% is because that's all they own of the company to be able to give up in the first place. I hope that's not the case, but I hope you'll stick around to the end because we're going to check out their website and social media, as well as one of your comments from down below in the super community at the end of the video.
Lie about what they paid for the dress that they just sent you?
We have a database where we evaluate all of the items that they send us.
Initially, we look at the brands, the condition, the style. Over time, the valuation database actually becomes dynamic and smart. We have algorithms that look at the supply and demand dynamics and then the dresses
So
or
you're
the
saying you
products.
overcomplicate a simple business.
Actually,
so this
not.
is actually great.
So we look at Lori's dress and we say, all right, that brand and dresses from that brand retail in this price range.
I put together 10 items. I ship them to you. If it comes in damaged or ripped or stained, what happens?
Do you send it back?
We don't. If there's a really high luxury brand that has any signs of wear and tear,
yeah.
we will note that on the site and still list it.
But what if it's cheap and stained and you receive it? What do you do with the item then?
So about 25% of the items that we receive, we do not keep. And we give those products
What
to
about
charity.
the points? Do I get my points?
You do not earn points for items that we don't keep. In fact, we deduct a small amount of points because you didn't do your homework to send us the accurate product.
So you punish.
They still haven't gotten to how they make money yet. Wow, they're like really deep in the weeds of this whole point system and what they do, and then that's great. Like, you know, donate to charity. I think that by having that punishment makes a lot of sense, and but it could also scare people off. Like, ooh, this is maybe too damaged. Hopefully, on their site they have examples of like, here's like 4 like mint, like new, good, and acceptable, and then like show different examples of like what would make something acceptable versus like new versus mint, and things of that nature. Like I really feel like they need to have. It would help, right? So it's like not only are you punishing the person, but you're giving them the power of information to know what they can and can't or shouldn't be sending back in.
Good for you.
Punish me.
Jan, how do you make money?
Great question.
Ding, ding.
All right, so let's say you're an average customer and you spend $700 worth of points on 4 items and you pay $45.
I still don't understand how you make money. Lori sent her the dress. You gave her 200 points for
yeah.
it. Kevin now buys that dress
Yeah.
for 200 points.
Yeah.
How did you make money on that
So
transaction?
Kevin paid a 5% transaction fee to
Do
spend.
I know that? Do I know
Yes,
that?
you
Yeah.
know,
You know that checkout.
Anybody that buys. Okay, so
You
that's
keep,
the
you
heart
keep
of it.
5% either way.
Yep.
And what's the dollar amount on the 200 points that Kevin spent? What's 5%?
Yes, $10.
For that
So
$200
each point
dress.
is $1.
Yeah, when you're trading.
So who's
You're
paying
making
the shipping
5%?
then?
No, we make 68% margins on every order.
Ah! When do you make money?
When Lori,
So-
the moment that Lori spends any of her points.
Yeah. Let's say I earned 500 points, but I want a $600 dress.
Got it.
I have to buy
And I'm
100
like,
points.
oh, I'm 100 points short. Then they go and buy those points to make it
yeah.
up. So right now we sell points in bundles, 50 cents a point, and then it goes to 33 cents a point, and then 25 cents a point. So we sold 100 points, made $50. Then we make another 5% on 600 points.
Now, here's the big question.
Okay, so I mean, it definitely sounds like like we're talking timeshares here. Trying to understand how many points I need to do this and how much is each point actually worth, so you can figure out the math of whether or not you're actually getting a good deal. Because I think what I'm kind of struggling with here is if I give something for 300 and I get 300 points in return, and then I see that dress on there and it's 300 points, and I as somebody else goes and buys that for 300 points. At the value that they gave was because it was a $300 dress. Like where at what point am I saving money? Like, or is this just to be like the sisterhood of the traveling pants or something?
250,000 for 3%. That's an $8.3 million valuation. Now, I am the fashionista here. I'm the one that looks spectacular all the time.
He wears the same clothes
that's
every single day.
I am the
He has
fashionista shark.
30 of the
You
same
have to
clothes.
explain.
All joking aside, you're looking for 3%, 250,000 for 3%. This must be a massive business.
It is.
Let's
Okay.
get those numbers
Yes,
out, ladies.
yes.
Okay, so if you guys are trying to value us as a traditional business,
Before you even get there, tell us
This
your
is-
Here we go.
Hold on.
this is a very special business. It is. Okay?
Why won't
okay.
you give us the numbers?
Yeah, so we launched last year.
Okay.
And we've already traded through the platform $2.3 million worth of products
That's-
in points.
Means nothing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you get
that- okay.
5% of it.
Yeah.
You get
Going.
5% of
Your
the
revenue
number.
is what?
So our revenue was $35,000.
Are you, are
That is
you
a very
out of
special
your
business.
mind? Like you're,
That is a
you're
very
trying to tell
special
me
business.
You're
Wait.
worth $8.3 million.
Wow.
You know, I have no choice
Are you
but
serious?
to eviscerate you. Are you crazy?
This business is not a lifestyle business. We're building a marketplace that's got a network effect.
But there is no
expands
network
over
effect.
time.
There is no network effect.
Actually, we do. So we're building style matching algorithms through machine learning. On average, a customer trade
But that's just a
products with us.
personalization. That's not a network effect.
Such bad things are going to happen here today.
Oh my goodness, they are just ruthless here. Okay, I think let's go back to the beginning when I said, maybe if you just charged, $15 to $35 on a monthly fee, you do the point system, you collect your fee, you get people on board, get them involved. They're going to want to buy more points. It's going like, to me, that seems like a better thing. Like you did $2.3 million in points trades. Ding ding. That's also, look, to get anybody to use any service is difficult. It's not easy. Any super entrepreneur out there has probably had multiple little businesses or even scaled up somewhat big businesses, knows it's not easy to get people on board with doing almost anything. Again, going from $0 and 0 cents to 1 cent is the hardest thing to do. And I think that it's a missed opportunity here. You're trying to, and 5% on the transaction fee is not going to get you there. And the reason is, if you're covering the cost of shipping, 5% it's just not going to get you there. I mean, unless we're talking about like not even brand name dresses, but like the highest end, like designers of the world's dresses, like the Met Gala type of dress, one of a kind type thing, then maybe 5% of that, when they're, the dresses are, I don't even know, I'm just pulling a number out of thin air, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 for $100,000 for, like, okay, now we're getting somewhere with 5%. There's no way, and at $250,000 for 3%, you ain't getting anywhere close to that. And I feel like and I hope the editors didn't do a bad job of making it so that they couldn't, to make it confusing, because it felt like there was a lot missing. So I don't know how much time the Sharks actually gave there to like listening into understanding the business and all. This is from season 10, episode 17, by the way. So it's been a couple of years since then. So like I said, we're gonna check out the website, social media, see how things are rolling at this point. But as far as the algorithms and things like that, like I think that really goes a long way with keeping people hooked in. And I think if you, again, going back to the idea of like, get people into a monthly subscription, $10, $20, $30 a month, and you're able to like constantly trade in and out of clothes. And, I mean, I know women, I know I wear a lot of the same clothes here on the channel and a lot of in my life, right? Like I remember thinking, or I think the question had come up before, like, why do cartoon characters always have the same clothes? It's not just for brand recognition. It's because, like, for a lot of people, that's what they do. They wear a lot of the same clothes over and over and over and over again. So it's not just for ease of drawing, but it's like it mimics real life. So like, unless you're, women that are seen in a lot of places. A great example. This is Crystal Ball on Breaking Point. Shout out to them here on YouTube. She has a different piece of clothing on every. I don't know that I've ever seen her in the same piece of clothing. Meanwhile, Sagar's got like almost the same suit on like every time, right? And it almost kind of speaks to the fact that like men just don't have as many options for clothes. And I go back to the Seinfeld episode with the puffy shirt, but I digress. This is not. I mean. Like, spoiler alert, the website's still up, so they're still available, they're still around, which is great. Ding ding. But I'm curious to see if how they've shifted the model or changed at all since this. This is tough. I hope this didn't get to Janet and Aaron, mentally here, because this is rough.
This is a business, I think, that has 2 weak points. I think your 5% commission is not large enough to really make much money with this. Secondly, I don't like the name at all. I don't think the name has anything to do with what the business is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so for those 2 weak spots, and they're important weak spots, first impression and how do you generate revenue, I'm out.
And also, I would think, like I said before about the Road aspect, like I don't know that everyone knows what Silk Road is, both the historical one or the historical trade route or the more recent illegal one. So I think it's a neat name, but I don't know that it you got to spend money in educating, time, money, and energy to educate people, I think, to really understand.
Guys, look, I lived off of consignment clothes. My first 2 suits when I started Micro Solutions, my first company, when I was 23, were 2 for $99. So I get it, right? I think the marketplace idea is great. But what I see that I think is a red flag is you talk a lot of buzzwords, machine learning, network effect, using AI to do all these things that are very Silicon Valley and I'm sure help you raise money. You get away from the simplicity of what your business should be. It should be just about getting users. And for those reasons, I'm out.
You probably couldn't have done a more confusing presentation. I heard multiple streams of revenue that you're trying. You're doing it on points. You have a percentage. I buy points. I get a percent. Like, I would have rather you come out and say, look, we haven't figured out the revenue model, but man, we are growing our exchange. But I couldn't follow it.
All right, he says that, but like they better have some sales to go along with that, or to back up. You gotta have sales to back up your 3% offer. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna give him 250,000 and be like, yeah, like we haven't figured that out yet, and I'll take 3%. More like you come out and we don't know what we don't know. But we got the user base, right? Like that's what a lot of the tech companies want to do. They want to get the user base, get people using it, and then they'll worry about figuring out how to make money above and beyond what their server costs or whatever other developer costs that they have after the fact, right? Once they have that user base. And in this case, I mean, heck, I would even suggest like advertising. If you have that many, you build it to that point, like have that many people come into your marketplace, do it that way. But I also kind of think in the back of my mind, like Amazon could do this too. Like they have delivery drivers going to like every house, all over the place, all of the time. And they even have their try before you buy, like 7 days to try it on and then send it back now. So like that kind of, I would think, might eat into this a little bit as well since this aired.
I'm sorry, I'm out.
After 10 years of Shark Tank and seeing all kinds of deals, one of the things that entrepreneurs, and you're 2 intelligent women, the biggest mistake they make is they come here, stand where you are, and give me ridiculous valuations. Just plain stupid. 35,000 in revenue, you want a valuation of over $8 million. It's just ridiculous. There's nothing to do here. I am out.
The business could be a $100 billion valuation business. This is a
You don't think
huge
anybody else
problem.
sits on that carpet and says that?
Listen, everything that was set up here, learning lessons, right?
Yeah.
You have way too big an ask. Way too big an ask for a shark to get excited about. So I'm sorry.
We're building
I'm
a
out.
future here, and the future of
Not
this
with
business.
any shark here you are. See you
Yeah.
later.
Sorry, guys.
If it was maybe 250 for like 25% or 33%, it's a stretch because it's going to be a lot of work. But you know, you
guys.
get there.
I must say, I'm
wish you
going
the
to
best.
invoice both of you for my time today.
You actually have to leave now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
We weren't able to effectively communicate our numbers to the sharks.
There was a lot of like all kinds of questions coming at us, and you know when we're trying to answer this person, that person, then the story, the flow was jumbled.
And so
So that's why they didn't get it. They're like, do I do this first or that? Or what 5 points?
But I hope America gets it.
How much do you hate when someone comes in, starts using machine learning, AI?
AI, just,
I mean,
neural networks.
And they're
Yes,
selling
leader.
dresses with
And they're
stains on
No,
them.
the best part was.
All right. That's enough. Quick shout out. This was a recommendation from I am Chasidish. I always feel like I'm saying the name wrong. So, you know, thanks for that recommendation. If you have a recommendation, drop it in the comments down below. So the site's still up, still rolling, because you know. Rolling, SilkRoll, featured in a bunch of places. Look, I love seeing faces and people happy, and you know, so people can self-identify with it. So I love that they have that right at the top. So how it works: mail in your fashion by requesting a free shipping label or shipping kit. So it is free. So again, 5% ain't gonna be a good. You know, you're gonna run into problems there. Receive points, aka Qs, to shop for new fashion. Gosh, did they Q, as in that other Q thing? Keep the clothes or return later. So receive points to shop for new fashion. Keep the clothes or return later to get your Qs back. So this dress here is 800 Qs or $79. So it's, you know, so what, $10? So the way they explained it before was what, like $8. I mean, was it $10 per point or 10 points per dollar? 10 points per dollar. But it's on a scale, so it's always different. That's also one of the things, like it's a messenger bag, size unknown. Maybe come up with another tag for that, like just bag, medium bag, small bag, you know, large bag. Yeah, see, all these bags are unknown. That's not it's not a great look. And then once you have a size, like you could go and have like a chart, like what designates a small bag versus a big bag. I mean, that's not a bag. Is that what is that? Something you wear, I guess. Interesting. So Chloe lined customs. So it's $38 or $30 for members. Small. So that's something else here. Like all the small, extra small. These are all trending here. So we got customer reviews, which is great to see. You got faces to go along with those customer reviews. You're using points from clothes you no longer use, so you're not losing anything. It's a good place to try and think outside your box. So buy better, reduce waste. I think they can definitely get behind that. They still mention that they were aired on Shark Tank back in 2019. 2019 feels like forever ago. Discover new fashion, save time and money. So it talks about sustainable future. Items swapped owners. 8,300 in the last 365. I feel like that should be a little bit bigger, because like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, ever? Like that doesn't seem like a whole lot. But in the last 365 days, so points earned 1.3 million, 20,000 pounds of textile waste diverted, gallons of water saved, 7.8. I wonder how they're figuring that out. And then items loved, 10,000 in the last 365 days. So I'm really curious, like if I go to shop, let's say denim. So there's jeans. How many pages of stuff? Oh, you don't have pages. Just keep keep scrolling. I mean, well, one of those like $7. It was 12 down to 7. Where did I see that? I know I saw it. Well, this one's 14 or 11 for members. So okay. So we're gonna say they have created a member. Let's see, sign up. Okay, so you have to create an account there, but like, where is the explanation of points? How much it costs to be a member versus not a member? Mystery bundles. That's interesting. So dresses, 50 items for $400. Well, that's great, except so they range, consist of dresses ranging from extra small to extra large. So why not let people pick a bundle that's based around that size? I mean, I guess you could always send stuff back. Okay, so here we go. This is what I was looking for. So this seemed, I mean, I guess let me go back, because I wonder if I could have, let's see, let's do it. Okay, so request a trading kit. I feel like it should be like up at the top too. Like, I mean, it says sign up, but it just drops me here at like a pop-up box instead of to that page where it's like, let's do it's here. Request the train. So there's a couple spots for it. But what I'm really curious about is if I click here and click on members. Yeah, so like there should be a like become a member up here by following. So you can earn 300 Qs for following. I also wonder where the Q comes from. I guess like it's a roll of silk. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, and it's not that hard to say. So let's see what a membership gets you. Discover new designer fashion from style mates, earn points, unlock an unlimited wardrobe, and enjoy tons of perks. So you have two. The frequent shopper is $69 a month, which is definitely more than I was suggesting earlier, which, hey, that's, if they can get people to pay $69 or $100 a month, more power to them. Like I was just trying to like just build the database, right? Get people in, and then maybe have a stepped up scale to get people to pay $60 or $100 a month, because there's going to be the super fans, and you want something that's there for them. So always free standard shipping and handling, wave kit return deposit, 1 business day expedited processing for members, and then access member discount. So I guess there's there's more than 1 business day of processing if you aren't a member. Place your first order in 30 days of joining. If you're happy with the products received, return all your items within the same period and get a refund. So I really am curious if, so you get 6-point quality inspection, 30-day money-back guarantee, guaranteed returns. You reject our points offer, option to request unaccepted items, and always the shipping thing is still, I feel like, is going to kill you. But I like how they're locking you into a $69 a month, one year commitment. I wonder if that's all billed at once. You have to go deeper into it to see. Versus $99 a month. Always free standard shipping. So which is, again, is going to eat into that. Like, especially your highest users, you got to have a lot of users not taking super advantage of the program to make it work. But I want to check out their Instagram and Facebook and all that here. So Facebook, we have 7,800 likes, 8,000 followers, no reviews on Facebook. Which is 4.1 reviews, 58 reviews. I was looking up here because like sometimes they put the star rating up here. Which is cool. But they haven't posted since May 18th, which is like a few days ago. I love Silk Road. I've traded 270 items for 350. They accept winner items. So this is a customer comment. So that's good. That's great to see. The 10th, the 5th. Let's see. I wonder if there's more going on Instagram, because there's not much engagement going on here, and they're not posting quite every day, but like there was like a month gap there. So not super regular there, but on Twitter, 174 followers. Last time posted was like 2020 March of 2021. Pinterest, they got 257 followers. I feel like with all the clothes they have, it should make a lot of sense for them to be posting here. But again, I'm not a big Pinterest user. But over on Instagram, we got 5,200 followers over there with posts being done like once a week or so, once to twice a week, which I'm just surprised with all the clothes coming through. Like it should be like a fashion show every day here. I would tend to think. Is that shop the look but make it thrifted? Huh. Rachel from Friends. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it should be like a fashion show every day. Not too much engagement for having 5,000 followers. So I think there's a lot more room to improve there. But anyway, Janet, Aaron, I'd love to have you come on the show for an interview. Just drop a comment down below. Like Savvy Gadget says, keep doing it, Joe. Jamaica boy from Jamaica. Enough love. I appreciate you, Jamaica boy. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of the super community, and watching and learning and watching me learn as well. So take care and go be super. I'll see you in one of these videos.